Yes. It's Steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So,
because you know what today is? Today is Wednesday. So anything can happen day.
that's right, it's anything can happen day. And on this day, normally I just sit down at my table and I try to come up with something off the top of my head, some type of theme, whatever, and then I present it to you. This week is going to be a little different. I decided, at least for this first video, that I'm going to reply to some of the comments that are on my channel. So, alright, so the first one that I'm going to do is basically the first one. Somebody wants to have a philosophical discussion on what Jesus Christ Superstar really is. First, where was the other one? I know it's missing. It said that Judas is in heaven or it's not heaven. I think I replied by saying it's a matter of opinion. I mean, and I'll leave it at that. It's a matter of opinion where you think Judas is in the Bible. And then he wants to say Jesus Christ Superstar and Tommy are rock operas. Sound of Music and Evita are musicals. See the difference? No, not really, because they just take place, or they take place in different eras. You know, Jesus Christ Superstar, because it takes place in the late 60s, early 70s. Does that make it a rock opera because the music sounds like it's rock music of the time? Tommy, that's all done by the Who. That's rock music. But you know, once you take Jesus Christ Superstar and update it to where to where you've changed it around, does that still make it a rock opera if you've updated the music? I still think it's a musical. I mean, I love it no matter what it is, if it's a musical or a rock opera. But you know, it's just a different person's categorization of something. I'll just put it all under the guise of being a musical, and just leave it at that. And it's up to you if you want to make that distinction. Then somebody saw my, who was that guy, Sickick video. He let me know because I didn't know what the guy was. He said he's a singer, a DJ, a rapper, a producer, and a beatboxer. And I don't think beatboxing is a profession anymore because it's been around for so long, since the 80s, with the guy from the Fat Boys and Dougie Fresh being, you know, two of the biggest beatboxers alive. I mean, you know, back in the day, everybody was trying to go, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. I used to be able to do it too, but now I'm just fat and overweight, and I just sound like Biggie Smalls just when I'm walking around the house. Oh, that's just the way I sound. But yeah, he's a good singer. He sounds like The Weeknd. Haven't heard the rapping part. I'm assuming he's producing his own videos. I can see the guy with the camera there following him around, and he's producing the music because he's singing on it and doing the mashup. So there's the DJ as well. So yeah, he does a good job. I like it, and I will look at some of his other stuff. Somebody said that I did one of their favorite BTS songs. I don't know what it is. His name is Stay Frosty, is the guy who said that. Bruce Heckerman, also another person responded to my Too Much Heaven on My Mind, Jesus Christ Superstar, says, my favorite too, thank you, brother. And I say, thanks for listening, reply, and like him. Oh, I think I did it twice. Delete one of them. Another guy, Todd. I think this was to the Egyptian Lover video. He's like, memories of my high school. Bought the album, class of 1985. Somebody wanted to correct me on the Pointer Sisters. That the song came out 23rd of July 1980. Luke Glickman wanted to say the Kodak Black song is fire, and he said you're basically right with your explanation about the song. Okay, if you listen, if you think it's fire, that's fine. My opinion, I didn't like Kodak Black. I liked the music, but I didn't like Kodak Black. I felt it was the lyrics were thrown together. It's like somebody's like, man, I got this beat and I got one last song on place on the album. What can you come up with? And Kodak Black, I got something, and just started rambling off, and it really didn't make any sense at all to me. Comment on the Silk Sonic songs. Gotta say, Bruno's vocals have reached a new level. For those who don't hear it, so sad. I don't know why people want to shame other people because they don't have the same opinion as you. You know, I don't see Bruno's vocals being on another level. I just see that he's doing music from a different style. You know, he did 80s before, he did 70s before. You know, when you start to do other genres, it allows you to open up as far as, you know, sometimes you wouldn't hold the notes so long, and then like in the 70s, you know, people started, you know, holding their notes a little bit longer. The songs were a little bit longer because it was, you know, especially when you're talking about disco, it was meant to keep people on the dance floor. It was meant to keep people in the clubs coming in, buying your 2-drink minimum, you know, and doing everything else that goes along with it. So, you know, just different styles. If Bruno decides he wants to do, you know, 60s Motown and then 50s crooners, you're going to say, like, you know, wow, I didn't know Bruno could sound like that. Yeah, because he never had to sing like that before, because he wasn't trying to go, dreaming. You know, that song. He's not trying that, which, by the way, is my favorite Christmas song. That version of White Christmas. I think it's Perry Como. I'm dreaming. Then Jerry McGee wants to say, like, Bruno Mars is stealing. Let the lawsuits begin. I feel like a Native American. You know, you could have said everything, but once you said you're a Native American, you feel like a Native American. Unless you're Native American, you don't know what feeling like a Native American feels like. I would never say something like that because, you know, one job that I worked on behalf of Native Americans. It was called the Individual Indian Money Lawsuit by Eloise Cobell. And if you're a Native American, you probably know about that. And I only got a small little glimpse of just the stuff that they were going through, over the past decade or so, just about this one little part of their lives. I'm not going to say that I feel like a Native American, at all, because I don't know. You know, it's just like somebody said, like, you know what? The way I was treated by those cops, I felt like a black person. You know, it's like, you know what? That ain't all feeling like a black person involves, but, you know, it's to us, it's stuff we got to teach our kids. And I'm sure Native Americans have to teach their kids about the dangers of dealing with people outside of their race, because look at where they are now, and look at where they started off as, and no matter what, everybody will try to justify the reason why it was done, and it's really no justification, none at all. And like Forrest Gump is all I got to say about that. My friend Allie, who keeps me up to date on my BTS stuff and keeps me in chat, says, It was on the song Chicken Noodle Soup and the Soda on the Side. Says, isn't this song crazy? 3 languages and it's so popular. Streams and views. It came out in September 2019, I'm pretty sure. Lovely choreography. I adore Becky G's part. So much fun. The 2 J-Hope solos on the next full album you are going to react to, which is called Wings. Look for the music video to Boy Meets Evil. The other song, Mama, doesn't have one, but the live performance would be worth watching. Now, I'm glad, I read that already and I reacted to it, but I'm glad she said that, because when I read that and I went to look at my BTS list of the songs, they have a lot of filler albums in there that are like the Japanese release and stuff like that, where songs are just moved around, or they got a Japanese version of a song. Well, I'm not going to do I'm not going to do another language of the same song by the same artist. I've heard the song now. It's not going to be shocking. Just like when I first got started, almost everything that BTS was doing, I was kind of doing. Like every time they released a version of Butter, I was doing it. And then I got, you know what? I'm sick. I'm sick of that song. Granted, I like BTS. But, here's the weird thing. I go to do my BTS videos, and I have to, find the song, and then I have to copy it, put it in something else, and then download it into my program. Every time I go to listen to a BTS song, I gotta go through the commercial of the BTS Samsung commercial, and I've got to hear Butter all over again. They've oversaturated Butter. I'm so sorry. Now they got a holiday version of Butter that somebody put up. Come on, man. Let Butter go. Let Butter melt. Let it melt. Or as J-Hope just said, let it rain and wash it out. Let it rain and wash it out. Alright, so she also gave me some other about House of Cards. Can't go wrong with this vocal line classic. Also, thank you, and I gave her a shout out before. She's impressed that I'm meeting my goals and still having fun. Yes, I am. I am still having fun. I did the Silk Sonic album. I reviewed all the songs on there, the ones that did or did not have video. I don't know why all of a sudden after 2 or 3 videos they decide to make one of their songs a Vevo video. That didn't make any sense to me. I couldn't review that particular video because it was a Vevo video. Didn't make any sense to me. But somebody said the song reminding them, Andre Blue Marine said it reminded them of a combination of Earth, Wind & Fire and the Dramatics, Spaced Out Over You. I don't know the song Spaced Out Over You, but I'm glad that somebody else was able to reference somebody other than Earth, Wind & Fire, because, they're taking stuff out of the 70s. And so it wasn't just Earth, Wind & Fire, and it wasn't just the Ohio Players, or even Bootsy Collins and his band. It wasn't just them. There were a lot of artists in the 70s, especially R&B artists that are just very well known. My father was in the Air Force and sang covers of all of these people's songs in the 70s and into the 80s. So there's a lot of them. There are a lot of them. Somebody said House of Cards is one of the saddest songs in their catalog. Fleur Pisano, the fragility of relationship, and if you don't have a strong foundation, it just keeps falling away. By the way, the most beautiful moments of life is meant as an irony. Love is irony. It's especially when you're a teenager. There's that line from a great Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Youth is wasted on the wrong people. It's true, because everybody wishes that they had the brain that they had now when they were younger, because they would do things, especially in the matters of the heart, they would do things a lot differently, especially so they didn't have to go through that pain. But with that pain that comes with love comes growth. It either shuts your heart off or opens it up, because, you know, love, you know, if the world ends, and I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so, you know, I've seen the world almost come to the brink. But if the universe were to end, love would probably be one of the last words that would be spoken by somebody. And still, you know, somebody could still, you know, debate what they meant by that. Because love is unquantifiable. Even though love can't be measured, it does have weight. You know, you know, that's about the best I can do in trying to be philosophical. Even though it doesn't have mass, it does have weight. It can weigh you down, or it can make you feel light. See how that works. All right. I did Shannon. This is Todd. I did Shannon's. What was it? Give Me the Night. And he said, great song. Bought the album back when it came out in '84. Somebody said the live version. Marie Chavez says the live version of the song really shows off their vocal line. And you know what's weird? I did watch the live version just because I made that comment that the music. That the music when I'm listening to the album version kind of sound like 1970s porn. What I meant is that some of the instruments that were used and the way that they were used made it kind of sound like 70s porn music. Not 70s porn, but 70s porn music. But of course what they were singing about didn't. And then what made it even weird is when I did watch the actual live video, they're wearing robes, and I was like, wait a minute, I just said porn music and they're wearing robes. What did I miss that happened before this? But I'm kidding. But I did think that way. But that's that. Lifehouse, no, not Lifehouse. Lickersy said about August D, not only his rap is fire, but this man is really good on getting the concert crowd hyped. His stage presence is insane. I agree. Somebody reacted to my Vanessa Williams Happiness video from a long time ago, said new shoes I can't wait sample. Yes, I know. That's kind of why I did it, but thank you. Somebody doing Struggle Jennings, that's who that guy is. Somebody reacting to the Struggle Jennings controversy, which I basically said, like, well, if you want to be like that, keep it to yourself. So he did it he tried to fly under the radar and be, what's the word that everybody tries to say that I am? I can't remember it because I don't listen to people when they try to tell me what they think I am. They said thanks for contributing the puppet show. Keep watching CNN. Okay, so I know what channel you watch. And that's all I'm going to get. That's all the time I'm going to give you. Thank you. Somebody who reacted to my Insane Cloud Ponce Eddie Gretsch. I'm from Southwest Detroit. Been down since the beginning of 17. Barbara Streisand, somebody just updating my memories of when John Lennon was shot. Have to let you know, 1980 was a big year for me. Had a lot of things going on. And in December of 1980, I just moved to the UK from the United States, and I was 10 years old. And it was the first time I remember being on a plane and going to another country. Didn't know how long I was going to be there. Didn't know what to expect. But I'm a military brat. That's our life. We get deployed almost as much as our parents who are serving get deployed, and we have to adjust and adapt as well. We make friendships, some that will last for a lifetime, some that will only last for that time that you're there. Until Facebook came around, I thought that I was, people that I had met back in the 70s, 80s, I thought I would never hear from them again until Facebook came out. So that's one of the things I am grateful to Facebook for. So, good up on Facebook for letting me connect to friends that, or letting military friends, military people connect with friends from the past. Because I don't think we had any other way of doing it unless you had to get somebody together and say like, hey, let's see if we can find everybody from 1972. Yeah, I doubt it. DJ Shmooly, give me a shout out. Thanks once again, man. I do DJ Shmooly songs sometimes on Mashup Mondays. He does very good mashups. Somebody reacting to my video of Dougie Fresh's Spirit. I created a video for Dougie Fresh's Spirit. I used trailers and things like that, but I created that a long time ago. And when I say a long time ago, we could even be talking about 6 months or more. I created that. And when I did create that, I used a clip from what they were showing as a trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife at the time when it first came out. So I mixed it in there, and that way I could make it a Ghostbusters 2 and 3 video. I don't include the female Ghostbusters. That's one that, everybody wants to throw away. Kind of like people who don't want to talk about the movie Cats. There's so many big name stars in Cats, and none of them want to talk about Cats. So there's that. Somebody who Underdog. No, I'm sorry, not Underdog. Under God. Says, hey man, check out Jam Baxter video, Salsa Valentina lyric video right here. You should also give Edward Scissortongue the Prospector a listen. I will. Never heard of them, but I will. My friend Ali again commenting about BTS videos. And then it said, I think I had done just a J-Hope, and it said, Stephen, it's about time you started thinking about J-Hope, which I did, as you see. He goes wild doing this one live as the main dancer. It's a big deal. Like the other commentators, I'm begging you, watch a live performance of the song. Their choreography is just as important as the lyrics. They did debut as hip-hop dance group after all. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ali gives me a lot of backstory on BTS that I never would have come across just watching their videos and even seeing some of the other things. And she told me, about she even knew how many more songs I had left to do from this particular album. So I thank you for keeping me in check. Let me see. Another person. I thought I talked about it, but I'm having to do this video over again because I deleted everything that I did. Somebody mentioned that they didn't. They were getting anxiety because they didn't see me ever blow out my vapor, and that's because I learned. When I was doing telemarketing at a particular job, nobody had categorized, vaping yet, and because it wasn't, something actually burning and smoke kind of thing, in the beginning, somebody was like, oh yeah, you can vape. So I used to vape at my desk, or I'd go to the bathroom and sit in the stall on my break and sit there and vape and just try to hold it in. And I got to the point to where I blow it out, but I'm only doing this for the nicotine. I'm not really doing it, to see how big of a puff of smoke I can do. Sometimes you'll see me blow it out, and it'll get caught in the thumbnail, and I'll put it up there. So somebody said, you eat that vapor? I swear I didn't see you blow anything out. You better blow that shit out. That's Jamie Foxx, if you didn't know. Somebody else talking about the Bruno Mars. Hello, my two favorites are Put on a Smile and Blast Off. Love the album. Yeah, the album wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I will learn, when you try to listen to a whole album in one sitting, I think it diminishes the full effect of the album, because you're just hearing song back to back to back, and I think I did it too quickly in order to try to get the views. I mean, it is YouTube. You try to do what you can do, but I think some songs probably didn't get the kind of hearing that maybe it was due. And I'm sure when they actually release it as a single, it'll get played enough that I'll probably hear it coming back around. Or if not, I would have already said what I thought about it when I first heard it, the first time I heard it, my reaction. Somebody reacted to my Juice WRLD song that I just recently did. So, Anxiety says, Juice WRLD has a lot of freestyles, over 3,000 songs that he made, mostly freestyles. Every song you should react to. Juice WRLD freestyle on Eminem beats is so good. Maybe I'll listen to it, but I'm not going to listen to all the Juice WRLD stuff. I'm just not. I apologize. And then somebody else says Juice WRLD has over 300 songs. And then somebody, went back and forth. And they had their own little conversation, and that didn't really involve me whatsoever. So on to the next one. This was the Yellow Wolf, Struggle Jennings, and what's his name? Oh my God, why can't I remember his name? Oh, Jelly Roll. Woo! Tells me a lot about the album. Said the album was produced by Jim Johnson. We need more reaction from this album. And then somebody else wants to talk about Struggle Jennings, man. Guys, I know you don't want me to do this, but when you're actually talking about the actual saying, I'm removing this saying, because I don't want to hear it. I don't want it to be purported on my channel. I'm sorry. If you want to say that, you can start your own channel and do it, but I am removing that right now. I'm not even going to finish reading that. Somebody reacted to my epic rap battles. The Jeff Bezos versus Mansu Masa, something like that. It said, yeah, this is a hard choice. I like to say Jeff came back hard about the divorce, how he made the $40 million back, and that Alexa Park killed me. Probably meant Park. But Mansa had a lot of good punches and blows that equaled out. Yeah. As much as I like my boy Screwface. As much as I like my boy Screwface, I'm sorry. That is his game. The guy who does epic rap battles, that is his game. He knows exactly what he's doing when he does it. That's why he does so many of it. And yes, you know about rap battles and whatever, but even if you watched your own video, you probably would have to give it to Jeff Bezos. Plain and simple. Okay, so we're coming up on a half an hour of me doing these, and I'm going to have to end it there. And I'm only gotten to, let me do this last one by 23 Magnus. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody actually who reacted to a Struggle Jennings song who didn't talk anything about politics. It says, please react Struggles, the cries of the Crusader. It's amazing and well worth the listen. You know what? Thank you. And then the last one. Wow, huge Crew fan. Great mashup. Crew. Oh, Motley Crue. Yeah. God, that was one of my mashups. All right, so that's about it. I'm going to leave it right there. I thank you if you did watch this all. Maybe you got a little bit more insight into me. Maybe you didn't. I hope you did. did, but maybe I'll do this more often if you guys say like, yeah, let's do that more often. But I have hit my 850 subs, on my way to 1,000. All I need for you guys to do is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.